Hey, guten Tag, everybody. Happy Valentine's Day. It's February the 14th. Much love to everybody. I hope you're having a great day. Also, I'd like to wish a happy birthday to our film director who just celebrated one recently. Really awesome kid. I love you very much. Last time we had a video, we were talking about Arctic boots, really extreme cold and dry climate boots. These are an example of the US GI military mucklucks. And again, these types of boots will keep your feet dry in terms of perspiration because they allow your perspiration to evaporate, and they keep your feet really warm, but they will not keep your feet dry from moisture from outside of the boot. So they're not very good when you come into cold, wet weather conditions, which is what we mostly have over here. Just one sec, but I'm gonna make sure that doesn't get in your way. Yeah, here in Eastern Canada, we have mostly cold, wet weather conditions, and these conditions can be very deadly. Apparently, a lot of people end up dying of hyperthermia and stuff in the fall and in the spring of the year when we may have warm, mild days and people aren't dressed very well. And then you can also have rain and things like that, and then the temperature can drop in the evenings. So they're hard conditions to prepare for, especially with your footwear. I guess moving from the mucklucks now, we're going to talk about this type of a boot because these are very similar to a muckluck. They have removable liners in there, and so the design of the boot from here up is basically the same as the muckluck, and it laces to tie it tight. And it keeps your feet warm where it's insulated, and it has a removable liner. But down here at the bottom is where the main difference is, where the mucklucks have rubber that just comes up maybe an inch on the boot to keep moisture out. These ones here have a full molded rubber bottom at the base of these. What I find about these boots in general, this style of boot, is that when you add a full rubber down at the bottom here, it makes the boot heavier, and then they're not very pleasant to wear. It also, they tend to lack any type of an ankle support, and it's sort of weird having this floppy, heavy rubber bottom down here with no ankle support under your foot. So although they work, they will keep your feet dry for the most part and keep moisture out. I find them heavy and not very comfortable to wear and walk in. Leo's already thinking I'm talking for too long, and I'm going to have to talk really fast today to get through all this. We only have so much memory on the phone.
You have 10 minutes, that's pretty good.
Okay, well.
And two more pairs. Two more pairs of boots.
That's right. Actually, 3 more. I forgot to grab a pair. Anyways, so these here, like I say, they work to a degree. They end up being really uncomfortable though, and because they're lined with the insulated liner, if your feet sweat, the downside of having the rubber here is that it contains the moisture in your boot, which will then cause your feet to get cold from sweat. That's why they don't bring the rubber typically up any higher, is because they leave it, down here around your ankles so that moisture and perspiration can still escape the boot from just up above the rubber line. So it's a fine balance of what they're trying to make here for a boot that keeps your feet, warm in really cold weather, but still dry if there's slush and stuff.
Ow, I hurt my thumb.
Are you okay? Yeah, our director also has a very injured thumb here today, so I hope you're okay there, buddy.
Yeah, God slammed that door.
Yeah, so those boots are not pleasant to wear. These ones here even worse, and the reason we've got the newspaper down today is because these have been outside for months. I wear them, they got chicken shit all over them.
1 second, Dad, I need a pause.
Sure, buddy. Are we on?
Yeah.
Alright, we took a pause there for Leo's arms, and then I'm not sure if the camera got turned the wrong way. We hope we're not upside down right now.
If we're upside down, it's gonna... Yeah.
Be a bit of a mishap. So these are the next pair of boots I'm going to show, and this is moving into the all rubber waterproof type of boot. These ones are also insulated boots. They came from a company called Boggs Boots, which are, I guess, fairly well known. If Boggs ever wants to send me another pair of boots that they think I would enjoy and try to redeem themselves on this review today, that would be great. But these boots and another pair that I own that were more of a summer type of boot, they're made of either like a rubber in this case, or a neoprene, a waterproof neoprene in sections, or the whole boots sometimes are neoprene. I never liked them at all. These ones ended up splitting as well down here, like the sole starts coming off of them. Right there, you can see the sole starting to separate from the boot. But these are so, they're waterproof, yes, but if your feet start to sweat in them, again, there's really not much for your, for the moisture to go. And also, they weigh a ton. They're just big, clunky space
Dad,
boots.
1 sec.
You want to pause again?
I need to tell you something.
Leo's trying some different maneuvers here with his directing today, so we're going to change angles, show you the boots over here. Anyways, I was saying these things are like bloody space boots on your feet. They're heavy. You can't walk anywhere in them. I use them basically to go from here out to the chicken coop and back. So if you want a pair of boots that will keep you warm and dry, easy to slip on and off, and will take you out to the shed to have a beer or whatever you're doing, these will work for that. But otherwise, I don't see any purpose to them. They're terrible boots, and I wouldn't buy those again. The next thing, I should have showed these probably first. Everybody in Canada is familiar with these. Crappy Tire rubber boots. I think it was my friend John Eves one time called it Crappy Tire. That's Canadian Tire. But a lot of their products they make are kind of crappy, hence the name. So that always stuck with me when I heard that. Anyways, these are come from Canadian Tire. They're a rubber boot that has an insulated liner in them. The insulated liners end up deteriorating within a year or two. They fall apart at the heels and usually up somewhere near the ball of your foot at the front. So then you end up with just an oversized pair of rubber boots, again, that are good to slip on and go to your shed with, but you really can't wear them for much of anything else. I will say though, honestly, these are cheaper than the Boggs boots that I just showed you, and they're far lighter and more comfortable, and I would not, again, buy a pair of those.
I need to go see.
Oh, okay. Give a pause, buddy.
Yep.
Okay, we back on?
Yep.
All right, so anyways, yeah, so these are, like I say, an insulated rubber boot that you can buy. They'll keep your feet warm and dry again. No fun for hiking around any distance in. They're just easy for putting your foot in and out of and going out to your shed and back. So that's what I consider these types of boots for. Bottom line is everything I've showed you today, whether it's these big insulated Boggs rubber type neoprene boots, Canadian Tire insulated rubber boots, or getting closer to an Arctic and muckluck type of boot that are rubberized on the bottom and material here, fabric on the top, they all kind of suck. They're not fun boots to have to hike anywhere in any distance. Okay.
Okay. I am unpaused.
Okay. All right. So yeah. So bottom line is the boots that I'm showing you here today, I don't like them. They're all really, I think, terrible style of boot. If you're going to do any amount of hiking, any distance somewhere, and you want your feet to be comfortable, they're just not practical and suitable boots. So you're either left with really cold weather Arctic boots, which you wear just to keep your feet from freezing off your body, right? And then you go through this gambit of boots, and what I've come to next that I actually start to like are these here. And I'm not going to get into these today. I've rambled long enough. This is going to get into our next boot video. But these I think are called duck boots, and they're very similar to the first boot that I showed over here in that they have a rubber bottom to keep your feet dry.
My dad loves wearing these. He always wears those boots.
I do.
He never stops. He never stops.
Yeah, and
He never
I found
stops.
these
Leave it like
in fact for about $5 at the local Salvation Army, so I got a wicked deal on them. They were made back in the early 80s by a local bootmaker. I think it was a Russian guy and his son at a place called the County Cobbler. They used to make these boots, and they had really good rubber that they used in the bottom, and then the upper part, this is the transition that we go from muckluck style boot into more of a combat style boot. And so once we move into this type of a style boot with the leather upper that laces up tight to your leg and the rubber bottom, like I say, now we're transitioning more into a hiking and combat style boot, which I find a lot better. And so that's what we'll talk about next video.
Dad, can we just get off this video, please?
Yeah, we're all done.
You're talking a billion times for now.
So thank you very much, everybody.
I'm sorry I did a cutscene, guys. It's just
Okay, so we're on?
Yep.
Yeah, so Leo wanted to show you from up above the lineup of boots we have. So again, coming through them, we had our Arctic mucklucks, our transition into a rubberized sole for cold, wet weather conditions, a completely rubberized or waterproof boot, two different pairs, so you get into your insulated rubber boots and this strange pair of space boots that I had. And now we're moving into our duck boots, which are like a combat style boot, a mix of between this and this type of style.
But anyways,
So, next
like and
video-
subscribe if you want to see any more of these
Yeah.
videos.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Bye.